So I painted my baby. And if I send shots, all your head's done, your hands smoking good.
That ain't no motherfucking 22.
Smoking
What
like
that
a
is?
roster.
Oh no, that's that 223.
Cause niggas want the drama right till we have to pop out. Hit them with that motherfucking na. Keep a K low, they call it blocker. My little baby chopper. And if I need to, sweep your block up. The modern day, you gotta add the mafia. We here to fuck the block up. Forgot our sons, yeah, you know they got us. All I need is moolah, do you know I gotta slide up. Hop out, do a fucking pop out. Niggas talking reckless, so we had to bring the Glocks out. But nigga called the cops out, and all you hear is fuck the federal laws. No mercy for your papa, he crying for your mama. And you the type of motherfucker, tell in front your honor. And get your mans locked up, and get his ass turned out. If I see a pussy nigga, then I gotta turn his lights out. What's your name? What is going on, YouTube? It is your favorite pistol packing rapper, MDMA Sosa, aka Sosa Leader Pistol Geek, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Listen, last week I was gonna make this list, but you guys insisted on a copper drop when I posted the poll on my Instagram. So with that being said, today's video is going to be called the top 5 double stack subcompacts in 9mm. Let's go. Remember, before I start this video, I'd like to say that all of these are based off of personal preference and personal opinion. What do I always say, guys? Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's entitled to have one.
What did he say?
So with that being said, you can't get mad at what I put on my list. Coming in number 5, we got the Springfield Xd. Now, the Springfield Xd with the long-standing title of Defend Your Legacy by Springfield, originally based off the HS2000, originally produced by Croatia for their military. And if you want to be 100% technical, guys, it's a lot of military, it's a lot of law enforcement, and a lot of civilians that choose this for their EDC. With that being said, I'm talking about the subcompact version of the XD Mod 1 or 2 being the best in double stack 9mm. Not only does it have about 6 safeties in place to where you don't necessarily need a manual safety, it has to be intentional when you're firing the gun or when you're attempting to fire in the gun. Otherwise, it won't fire. And with that being said, the fact that if you look it up, there are multiple reports of people being able to survive, their XD surviving upwards of 30, 40, and 50,000 rounds. So with that being said, in my opinion, it has to be one of the most concealable, lightweight, ergonomical, as well as no diminished capacity, because just as I can put my 10 round magazine in there, I can also put my 15 or 16 round magazine in there, or 20 if it permits. So with that being said, you already know, number 5, it gotta be the Springfield XD subcompact in 9mm. Coming in at number 4, we got the Glock 26. Now, the Glock 26 is the OG when it really comes to subcompact guns, because they're really the ones that made it cool. Glock is really the guys that made it cool to have a subcompact gun with 10 rounds or more in a small package.
You ain't first, you're last. You know, don't talk about.
And it jumped on. Everybody wanted one. With that being said, it's one of the most widely produced. Everyone knows Glocks are widely produced and probably one of the most carried firearms that you're going to find nowadays. And unlike a lot of the other ones on this list, it has an up on every other thing that I put on here. You know what that up is? It is interchangeable with Glock 17, Glock 19, and Glock 34 magazines.
You're goddamn right.
Pretty much any 9mm magazine that fits a Glock will fit in a Glock 26. With that being said, you can go from a length of a Glock 26 to a length of a Glock 19 to the length of a Glock 17. You can go to extendos, and you can even go as stupid and get a drum. Already know they backed by the Glock slogan, Glock perfection. And we all know that Glocks aren't the cutest firearms in the world, but they just work, man.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
They just work. Coming in at number 3, we got the Ruger Max 9. Now, one of the newest members on the list when it comes to subcompacts or mouse guns 2.0 as I like to call it, simply because if you know a lot about mouse guns, you know the 25 ACP, the 22, and a lot of the single stack really small, we'll call them Saturday night specials maybe. DB, the Diamondback, DB380, DB9, things of that nature. We call those mouse guns. And the fact that, you know, you're able to have pretty much that same small package with about 5 to 6 more rounds, depending on the magazine that you're running, I feel like that it has to go on the list. With that being said, the Ruger Max 9, like I said, is one of the newest on this list, man. It comes co-witnessed already with fiber optic sights from the factory. Some of them have a U-dot rear, some of them have the 3-point system. It depends on your state, depends on what kind of model you're getting, and etc.
Oh, say less.
But with that being said, it's already co-witnessed and RMR cut. So the RMR is cut for J-point and shield micro red dots. With that being said, you can go ahead and throw a $200 red dot on a $340 firearm and have a fucking tank. And it will run. It will shoot. It will not let you down. And with that being said, you will have the rounds that you need on tap. You will have that small package inconcealability, and you won't have to worry about diminished returns using a 380 or a 22 or a 25 because you still have that power of that 9mm. Coming in at number 2, we got the Smith & Wesson M&P Compact. Now, whether you're talking about the Gen 1 or the Gen 2, it's long considered to be one of the best concealed carry guns. When it comes to concealability, when it comes to being able to grab and go, and when it comes to inexperienced shooters because of the type of trigger that Smith & Wesson employed. Now, don't get me wrong, the newer versions have an upgraded trigger, but if you're looking at the 1.0 or the 2.0, or you're getting a pre-owned one, you're going to get that hinged trigger, that old school trigger. I believe they call that a self-defense trigger because it makes it so you have to make that trigger pull intentional. And I believe a lot of people like that. Some people don't, but it just depends on what type of apparatus that you're going to be using this firearm for. But with that being said, it's easily tuckable with a regular shirt and even, you know, some jogging pants like this. Nobody would even be able to tell that you had it on you. Now, with that being said, it's the Gen 1s, man, they did come with some firing pin problems, man. I know that, believe it was Iraqi Veteran or Military Arms Channel was one of those. They actually did a torture test on the 1.0s, and when they got wet, the firing pin tend to seize up and the gun would be inoperable. But supposedly they fixed that on the Gen 2, so, you know, depending on if you live in a wet climate or if you plan on dropping your gun, maybe, I don't know. Nobody plans on dropping their gun, but, you know, it is what it is.
Fuck out of here!
But definitely look into the Smith & Wesson M&P Compact. It's going to be about that big. It's in the same ballpark, in the same aspect as the Glock, considering that it's coming from a reputable company known as Smith & Wesson. Everybody knows who Smith & Wesson is. I guarantee you probably own some kind of Smith & Wesson, whether it be a revolver, the shield, something. You own some type of Smith & Wesson. With that being said, good aftermarket support, but I don't know about the customer service because I've never had to deal with them. I've heard good and bad things. So with that being said, yeah. Number 1, the Volcanic Tp9 Elite Sc. Now, we already know that Canics are considered to have some of the best triggers on the market.
You better not be a snitch!
Especially considering the price range between $350 and $550 if you're not getting the, like the race guns or the ones that, you know, there's different models, but widely considered to have some of the best triggers on the market. Some even say they're better than Walthers, which we know Walthers have some of the best triggers in the game.
My nigga.
Comparable in price to any Glock, any budget firearm that you can think of, reputable. I even found that Twister had an interview where he said what would be the best, where somebody asked him what would be the best gun that you would consider out the box, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I'm gonna have to go with Volcanic. It got the best trigger. But it's crazy to even know that famous people, you know, rock with Volcanic like that. And Twister is actually a qualified, you know, USPCA shooter and a firearms instructor. So with that being said, I tend to believe people that, you know, kind of know what they're talking about. With ambidextrous controls right out the box for the left or right-handed shooters that don't want to switch it around or don't want to take the time out to do that. You get one 12-round magazine in the box and one 15-round magazine in the box. 12-round gonna have you looking like that little Peter Weeder. But guess what? You're going to be able to deep conceal it. And nobody will guarantee know you have it on you. Now, if you want to go big and ballsy, like I call it, they also come with a 16-round magazine. And they also have a 15-round magazine that you can buy. They also have an 18-round magazine, a 19-round magazine, and a 21-round magazine. It's up to you. Volcanics, they are damn near just as, I'm not going to say that, but they are almost as accessible, accessorizable, if that's even a word. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comment.
Damn.
But you are able to accessorize them just as much as Glocks, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but with that being said, the fact that it's at a good price, the fact that it's already cut for an RMR and a shield, micro red dot, or a J point, the fact that it comes with night sights, if you can get models with night sights straight in the box, the fact that you have the ability to do deep concealment or have a full size frame on you, the fact that it is was referenced by one of my favorite rappers, and the fact that the trigger is widely known to be one of the best in the business, you gotta know that the Volcanic Tp9 Elite Sc had to make this list. With that being said, man, if y'all like the video, I need y'all to go ahead and like, share, sub to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Thank y'all, man. Thank you for rocking with Social Leader Pistol Geek. Thank you for rocking with the pistol packing movement. Hey, guess what? I got some merch coming for y'all soon. Yes, sir. Now, I'm going to keep it on the down low until it drop, but I believe y'all going to like it. With that being said, man, until Friday for that part 2 of From Bitch to Bull. It ain't early knife no more. We ain't on part 1 no more. Part 2. The tweener years, From Bitch to Bull, episode 1, dropping Friday. You already know. Come!
Stressing and stressing, is life really worth it? I know I'm not best, but I know I deserve it. A coupe in a bitch with your lanes, I be swerving. Yeah, I am amazing, but I am not perfect. Stressing and stressing, is life really worth it? I know I'm not best, but I know I deserve it. A coupe in a bitch with your lanes, I be swerving. Yeah, I am amazing, but I am not perfect. See, I am not perfect, just know that I'm worth it. Just cut me the check, cause I'm honestly working. Been trapping and stacking, hell yeah, I've been serving. My packs and my blood, the money I'm earning. Watching my back, cause
again, like I said, if you like this video, I need you to go ahead and push that like, share, sub to the channel, turn on those post notifications. I got a new song dropping April 29th. It's called The Inner Me Part 2. If you heard The Inner Me Part 1, you already know your man's got bars.
must say my soul is conflicted. Whole life been battling demons and taking soul of convenience while I was praying on winning. But deeper down, I've been thinking am I myself or an enemy. Think my soul need repentance, but I was far too up and burn off and load and put triggers. I never second my thinking because the moment I do it, the day the devil come get me. I keep some angels around me, but serpents traveling penny. So if it ever got wicked, just know my soldiers is with me. And when my thoughts overloaded, it's just the battle within me. I know I never stop fighting, I just embrace what was in me. Learn to use it at will. See some of my tests was being me. We're from pushing some ring, we rock the service the things. You know my routine.
With that being said, be on the lookout for that on all streaming platforms. Hey, until next time, family first, amendment second. I love all y'all. Peace.
And if I send shots, all your heads down, your hands smoking good. That ain't no motherfucking 22. Oh no, that's that 223.
Cause niggas want the drama right till we have to pop out. Hit them with that motherfucking na. Trey songs gone for the summer. Nigga, and I'm dumping. Send a couple shots, know he running. Keep a K loaded, call it blocker. My little baby chopper. And if I need to, sweep your block up. The modern day, you gotta add the mafia. We here to fuck the block up. Forgot our sons, yeah, you know they got us. All I need is moolah, do you know I gotta slide up. Hop out, do a fucking pop out. Nigga, called the cops out, and all you hear is fuck the federalized. No mercy for your papa, he crying for your mama. And you the type of motherfucker, tell it front your honor. And get your mans locked up and get his ass turned out. If I see a pussy nigga, then I gotta turn his lights out. What's your name?